This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody. Now let's take a look at the gold market. Well, on the gold market situation right now is not as exciting as it was on previous week, because the patterns that we have previously, I speak about the bullish stab grabber pattern that has been formed recently on the weekly time frame. The bullish engulfing pattern, in fact, has achieved the minimum targets. So currently we do not know whether the market will proceed high or it could turn to the downside right now. It's very difficult to suggest. Although theoretically we have the bullish trend, market not as overbought, we have the bullish trend on the weekly time frame, and theoretically market still has chances to continue move high. But the overall situation that now stands here is not as clear as we would like to see. And there are a lot of different reasons for that. So if you will read our weekly research, high time frame analysis, fundamental part of the research, you'll understand what I'm speaking about. First of all, we know that we have the significant data cluster right on the next week. So we will get retail sales, we will get CPI, gross domestic product, preliminary data for the third quarter. Finally, we will get the FOMC meeting. Now many investors speak about the negative non-farm payrolls release that we got previously, although I'm not quite agree that it was rather negative, and that's why they explain that Federal Reserve hardly will announce some tapering of the quantitative easing program. This will probably be prolonged for some period, postponed to the some period, and that's why gold market now is growing and so on. But it looks too easy, and I think the situation on the gold market is a bit more complex. The situation is interesting, although unfortunately it doesn't give us some really clear signs that we had on previous week. I don't want to tell that market really has no chances to continue move higher, but the situation is a bit blur compared to the previous week. So next target, if market will proceed move high, you will see on the weekly time frame that this will be the fib resistance, monthly pivot resistance 1, and that will be also the minor 618 extension of that pattern. A, B, C, bottom 618 stands right here. And if market will still continue move higher, then that will be the next destination point that we will keep an eye on. This pattern, in fact, that I have drawn here contains more riddles than the solution. At the first glance, we have the reversal head and shoulders pattern, because we know that the butterflies very often becomes the part of the head and shoulders. The head stands at 1618 to this potential shoulder. Although this shoulder looks a bit overextended to the downside, it could be perfect if market will stop somewhere around the monthly pivot support 1. But still, this is some kind of shape of the head and shoulders pattern. That's the first pattern that we could find here. From the another point of view, we could get this triangle. That is, at least theoretically, could be treated as the continuation pattern, because this is a symmetrical triangle, and it will be probably look like the pennant pattern on the monthly time frame chart. Okay, and finally, that is the most interesting here, we could get the butterfly buy. So that could be the left wing of the butterfly to the downside, and that potentially, this move up could start to form the right wing. And I tell you that 1618 extension of that butterfly stands at 1000 even point. It's very crucial price level for the gold market. Now you probably understand the all difficulty around this situation. It's a bit on all tricking around this situation. What is really more difficult is that we can't be sure with this upward action, because when the market starts to form the right wing of the butterfly, there is no clear levels where this wing, the starting point of the wing, should start. Because the major condition is that this swing up should remain inside of the major swing of the butterfly. But where it will stop and where the wing will start to form, it's absolutely undefinite. So market, for instance, could stop right now and start move to the downside, or it could proceed to the weekly pivot resistance one, or it could even accomplish our target around 14 even, and after that start move to the downside. We do not know this. That what is makes overall situation difficult. And unfortunately, guys, currently we can't create the trading plan that could be our beacon to lead us within the whole week. Unfortunately, we can't do this since we don't have any patterns. All that we have is some probable hints. Yes, we know that trend is bullish here on the weekly time frame. So the context is general, looks like the short term. It looks like the bullish, but we don't have any patterns, and we do not know whether the market will turn to the downside right now or will continue move high. That's why for taking any action we should wait for some clear patterns on the daily time frame. The one thing that we do know is that stands above this low. So if market will return right back, breakout, take out of these lows, then probably we could say that this was really the starting move to the downside. Hardly market will accomplish any of the ABCDs to the upside if market will take out of these lows. All that we could do right now is only from the tactical point of view. That's very short-term setup, and we have it on the 4-hour time frame chart. So what we have here? Here we have some signs of the exhausting of the market. So that is taking some shape of the wedge pattern. Also, if you will calculate the extensions, you will find that we probably could treat it even as the 3-drive sell pattern. The minimum target of this pattern is that low. So since weekly pivot point stands right there, there is not bad chance that market really by taking out of these lows will reach the weekly pivot point and take a look. Confluence support 1324, 1327. That also coincides with the previous swing high, so that will be not bad support. Also take a look that here we have the bearish stop grabber on the 4-hour time frame chart that suggests the same action. So the target of this pattern is also these lows. So that in fact all that we have now on the gold market. Currently I do not see anything else, anything more valuable. So we could try to focus on this short-term, really very short-term setup on the 4-hour time frame chart, and later probably later we will see whether we will get something on this week, something more valuable, maybe some patterns on the daily time frame that will let us to make some a bit longer term forecast, longer term trading plan. But currently I see nothing more than just this setup on the 4-hour time frame chart. So let's see what will happen. But guys, in general this is also not bad move. So if we'll take a look at 1350, this support stands around, even if we'll take as the target 1330, that it will be the $20 per contract. So that's really also not small potential of this trade, and the stop could be placed rather close, slightly higher than this swing high. So maybe this also will be successful setup on the 4-hour time frame. We'll see. Let's hope that we will get something more within the current week.